So welcome once again. Today we will start with the transmission line. So we have already discussed wave propagation in free space and this communication of wave, TEM wave in different medium. So transverse electromagnetic wave is called as TEM wave. Here this electric field is perpendicular to magnetic field and both are perpendicular to direction of propagation. Okay, so we have already discussed it. Here in this free space propagation, the waves are unguided. So if you want to guide these waves, we have to use transmission lines. And these TEM modes are supported by three types of transmission line. As you can see, the first one is this parallel plate. This is the parallel plate transmission line. We have this two conductor plates. So inside we have a dielectric between them. So these transmission lines are used at very high frequency. You can say at microwave frequencies. Another type is this two-wire transmission line. This is called as a two-wire transmission line. This is, we can write the TX stand for transmission. Now two-wire transmission line is used to transmit or transfer the electricity from one place to another place. Okay. Another type is this coaxial cable. Coaxial cable is another type. It is used in television, cable television. So cable TV is the basic example. So these are the three basic types of transmission line who support this transfer electromagnetic mode. So let us start with the basic equations. Now let us say general transmission line equations. We start with the general transmission line equations. Now before starting, you have to revise what are the lumped parameters, what are the distributed parameter. Let us take the simple example of this circuit. So in this circuit, inductor is there, capacitor is there. So if this is a circuit and particular voltage is applied, and this is this series RLC circuit, if the current is flowing is I. Now here in this circuit, if you are having a circuit from the circuit theory, a particular resistance is there, inductance and the capacitance is there. Now the value of this resistance is fixed. You can pick this resistance and you can remove it from that circuit. Okay, if you remove it, we will have this L and C circuit. You can remove any component from that circuit. These type of circuit in which the value is fixed and you can pick and remove that values. Okay, so these type of circuits are called as a lumped circuits or lumped parameters. The parameters used are lumped parameters. We have already discussed it in the first unit. We have started this field and wave subject with defining this lumped parameter, and this is the basic drawback of this circuit theory, because they are using the lumped parameters and they are this position independent. So we do not consider the variation of the position. So we generally write this in lumped parameter IT. Current is dependent only of time, and voltage you just write VT. No space dependency is there. But if you consider a transmission line like this, so if this is a transmission line, two-wire transmission line, okay, this is the basic type. So we will discuss it in detail. Okay, we will not discuss here coaxial cable. Okay, now if this is a source, you can say source or generator, and here we have a load, destination or load, you can say. Now the wire will have resistance. Okay, will have a resistance R, let us say. So that resistance will be distributed throughout the length. So you will say resistance per unit length. Okay, resistance per unit length and given by ohm per meter. You cannot so say that this is okay, in this portion we have a resistance only. It is throughout the length. So you will define resistance per unit length. You can say these type of the parameters are distributed parameter. Okay, distributed parameters, because throughout the length we have a resistance. So we can say that this is the resistance, okay, and this L is inductance, because in two-wire transmission line we will also have this inductance, but it is also distributed. So inductance per unit length, so Henry per meter is a unit. Okay, we also have this capacitance, so capacitance per unit length, and the unit will be farad per meter. Similarly, we have another parameter, that is G, that is the conductance. So conductance per unit length, so unit will be Siemens per meter. So you will have this capacitance also here. Okay, so this type of circuit is there. So you can say that throughout the length we will have all these values. If this is a unit length, okay, per meter, you are saying that the resistance is per meter. So this is, let us say this is 1 meter. So after 1 meter we will have another resistance of same value. Okay, so this is how we can define this lumped and distributed parameter. So for these transmission line equations we will consider this distributed parameters. So let us draw a circuit and find out some basic equations. So let us take a small part of that very large transmission line. The small part is having the length delta h. Okay, delta h is a small length. So for that small length we are drawing this circuit like this, and this is again source, and here at source the voltage is given by, now voltage is having two variables, and that are called as this V Z comma T, and this is the space variation is given by Z, and this is a small length, and small length is given by delta Z. So this is the length of the transmission line, and here at that point, so this is a source. Okay, source is having voltage Vz comma T, and here at the destination we have this voltage is Z plus delta Z comma T. So time, we kept the time fixed, but this we are considering this space variation here. So we have written this, and again this so we have defined the resistance per unit length. For length, this particular length, we will have this resistance R delta Z. Similarly, inductance is L delta Z. This conductance is G delta Z, and this capacitance is C delta Z. So current entering here is this I Z comma T, and here the current will be I Z plus delta Z comma T. So this is how we can write. Now just apply in this loop, apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law. If you apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law, you can write here voltage here is, this is V Z comma T. So across this resistance what will be the voltage, and across this inductance, and here the voltage across these two will be V Z plus this voltage will be there. So you can write by applying this KVL in this loop. So applying the KVL, you can write this V Z comma T minus R delta Z into I Z comma T minus L delta Z curl I Z comma T divided by curl T minus V Z plus delta Z comma T is equal to 0. So this is how we can write. Just take this voltage term on the left hand side and take these two term on the right hand side. So you can write this here. You can write V Z plus delta Z comma T minus V Z comma T. Okay, that will be equal to what? So you can take this from these two equations, tick mark equations, delta Z common. So delta Z, will get a minus here, and you can get R plus R into I Z comma T minus L, no, plus will be there, minus, we have taken this minus outside, curl A Z comma T divided by curl T. So this bracket is big one. So this is how we can write. Now here take this delta Z onto the into the left hand side. So you can write this V Z plus delta Z comma T minus V Z comma T divided by delta Z, and minus sign is there. Okay, so you can write this R I Z comma T plus L curl I Z comma T divided by curl T. Okay, and what is this? This is the differentiation of voltage V. This is V Z divided by curl Z. So minus sign is there, and this term as it is. So you can write this I Z comma T plus L curl I Z comma T divided by curl T. Okay, so now this is the equation 1. So give it name equation 1. Now apply KCL here. If you, this is a node, at this node if you apply KCL, Kirchhoff's current law, so incoming current is this I Z comma T, outgoing two currents are this outgoing, and one this is outgoing. So algebraic sum of all the currents will be equal to 0. So apply KCL here. If you apply KCL, you will get here equation in terms of current. So you can write this I Z comma T minus, so what will be the current here? G delta Z V. What is the voltage across this? This is the voltage Z plus delta Z comma T minus C delta Z V Z plus delta Z comma T. Okay, and this minus I Z plus delta Z comma T. So this is how we can write these values. Now again that will be equal to 0. Here similarly, similar to this voltage equation, take this current terms on the left hand side and take these two terms right hand side, and again divide by delta T. So I am writing here directly. So you can write minus curl I Z comma T divided by curl Z is equal to what? Z V Z comma T plus C curl V Z comma T upon curl T. So you can get this. This is the, let us say this is the equation second. So we have these two equations, and these equations are general transmission line equations. Okay, these two equations are general transmission line equation. Now we can write these equation in time harmonic form as we did in this Maxwell equations. So you know that from that Maxwell equations, this j omega was the replacement of this curl by curl T. In place of curl by curl T, we have written this j omega. This is the trick we have used. So, and this voltage Vz comma T can be written as like this time harmonic form, real of Vz into a raised power j omega t. You can write this. Similarly, this I z comma t can be written as this real of I z and e raised power j omega t. So you can also write this. And again here, okay, this in terms of this in place of curl by curl t, you can write j omega. Okay, and this vz comma t can be replaced by vz. Okay, and partial differentiation can be replaced by, because we have the only this space variation is there. So you can write these equation 1 and 2 equations. So for I am writing here for one equation, so you can write this dvz by dz is equal to this is iz, so riz plus this curl by curl t can be replaced by l j omega, and this is iz. So you can write this, take iz common, r plus j omega l. This is equation 3rd, and this is the modified version of equation 1. Similarly, for this equation, second equation can be written as diz by dz is equal to what? G plus j omega c vz. So this is equation 4. So we have derived equations. Okay, now we are these equations, these two equations, last one, the first and second are the this general transmission line equation. These are the time harmonics transmission line equation. Simply time harmonic transmission line equations. Now we are going to define this wave and the characteristic impedance. Now this equation 3rd. Okay, take this equation. I'm doing it here. Okay, let us take the another page. So we have derived two equations like that. Vz by dz is equal to what? R plus j omega l iz, and this equation is diz by dz is equal to g plus j omega c and vz. So these are the two equations. Now differentiate this equation with respect to z once again. So you will get d square vz upon dz square. So and here r plus j omega l, and this, so differentiation of this current with respect to z, diz upon dz. So put this value from this vector, so you will get d square. This minus sign will be cancelled out, so I am not considering this minus sign here, and I can directly write this d square vz upon dz square. So put this value of this here, diz upon dz, this value. So you will get r plus j omega l g plus j omega c into vz, and this factor is given by gamma square. So you can write d square vz upon dz square is equal to gamma square. Okay, you can write it as gamma square. So gamma square vz. Now this equation is equivalent to, we have already derived this equation, del square E is equal to gamma square E. Okay, so this is similar equation. Okay, so this is again a second order differential equation. Solution of this equation will give you the value of vz. Similarly, if you differentiate this equation once again, so you will get this minus d square iz divided by dz square is equal to what? G plus j omega c dvz upon dz. Put this value from this equation. So similar equation you will get here, d square iz upon dz square is equal to gamma square I. So this equation is equivalent to del square h is equal to gamma square h. So similar equation is, and this solution of this equation will give you the value of iz. So if you find out the solution of this equation similar to that electric field solution, so you can write here this Vz is equal to V plus Z plus V minus Z. You can write this, okay. And you know that this is, if this is a transmission line, a particular wave will be transmitted from that source to destination. If this is source or generator, same thing, and this is load or destination is same thing. So wave is transmitted from source to destination. This is called as a transmitted wave. Transmitted wave. So this first term signifies the transmitted wave, okay. And if the perfect matching is not there at the load, we'll discuss it, what is perfect matching. Some part of the, you just remember this, some part of the wave will be transmitted back or reflected back. This wave is called as a reflected wave, okay. In each and every transmission line, some part may be reflected. So this second term is a reflected wave. So if you write that here, V naught plus e raised to power minus gamma, this is a transmitted wave. So as wave transmit from the source to towards the destination, this amplitude will decrease. So this e raised to power minus gamma z signifies that, and plus V naught minus e raised to power gamma z, okay. So this is a reflected wave. This signifies this, as we travel towards the source, the amplitude will increase. So now as we travel towards this z, amplitude will increase. So similarly we can write this current is equal to I naught plus e raised to power minus gamma z plus I naught minus e raised to power gamma z. So you can write this, and the ratio of this V naught plus and I naught plus, that will be equal to this reflected term is there, V naught minus and I naught minus, that is minus, that will be equal to this characteristic impedance. Characteristic impedance is the impedance of transmission line, you can say that. So we are going to find out the characteristic impedance of a infinite transmission line. So let us discuss. Let us say we have infinite long transmission line. If infinite long transmission line is there, so this is a source, this is a pure connection here, and it is having the infinite length. So no reflected wave will be there, only transmitted wave, okay. So we can rewrite this Vz, V plus Z, only no V minus Z, okay. That will be equal to, because for this infinite long transmission line, no this load is not exist, load is at infinity, so this reflected wave will not be there. You can write this e raised to power minus gamma z. Similarly you can write this Iz is equal to I plus Z is equal to I naught plus e raised to power minus gamma z, okay. So now differentiate this first term with respect to z. dvz divided by dz, that is equal to what? So differentiation of this V naught plus, so minus gamma e raised to power minus gamma z. So what is this dvz upon dz? So we have already derived equations, okay. So what is that? This is the value here. So value is r plus j omega l Iz. So put that value here. So it is minus r plus j omega l Iz is equal to V naught positive minus gamma e raised power minus gamma z. So what is the value of Iz? Iz is I naught plus, so minus, cancel this minus minus, so you will get R plus j omega L. What is this Iz? Iz is I naught plus e raised power minus gamma z is equal to V naught plus gamma e raised power minus gamma z. So that will be cancel out. So if you take the ratio V naught positive I naught, that would be equal to R plus j omega L divided by gamma. Similarly, differentiate this term with respect to z. Diz upon dz will be equal to what? Minus gamma I naught plus e raised power minus gamma z. Put this value diz by dz from this equation. Okay, what is the value? G plus j omega c into Vz. So minus G plus j omega c into Iz is equal to minus gamma I naught plus e raised power minus gamma z. Put the value of Iz. No, this is Vz, na? This is Vz. Put the value of Vz. So cancel out this minus to minus. G plus j omega c. What is this Vz? Vz is V naught plus e raised power minus gamma z is equal to minus gamma I naught plus e raised power minus gamma z. So that will be cancel out. So you will get V naught plus divided by I naught plus once again is equal to, so that will be plus, okay, minus minus cancel out, gamma divided by G plus j omega c. Okay, and both are equal to Z naught. Z naught is a characteristic impedance. So ratio of the voltage and the current at any Z, any point, you can say the ratio of the voltage and the current at any point for an infinitely long transmission line is independent of Z. So here we do not have the value of Z. So this is also proof. Examiner can ask you prove that this for infinite long transmission line the ratio of the voltage and the current is independent of the Z. So we will derive these equations. So for just Z naught is equal to what? Z naught is equal to R plus j omega L divided by gamma is equal to gamma divided by G plus j omega c. So if you put the value of gamma, you can get this value R plus j omega L divided by G plus j omega c. So this is the value of Z naught. Z naught is the characteristic impedance.